I would like JB to share with you a little bit about what his experience has been with this. Now, JB is slightly enthusiastic, so some of what he says will probably be true, but okay. Yes, JB.
I've studied all the major energy psychology approaches. And by the way, stuff before that, NLP, I started the first study group in NLP here in Chicago 25 years ago. A lot of things work. All the energy psychology methods all work. They're all great. It's just that Larry has refined it. I don't think it can be refined much more than Larry has refined it to its essence, the simplicity, the speed. So this works better and faster than anything else. Now the trick is, it's deceptively simple. The trick is the thoroughness that Larry talks about. When I studied with Larry first time 3.5 years ago, he hadn't come up with, well actually he wasn't sharing it. Actually he had his final version, you know, the essence of the final version at that time, but he wasn't teaching.
Still wasn't teaching it.
Until about a year and a half later when I studied the instant BSFF. And now Larry's earlier version also was better than anything else. It's just he got it even better. But I don't know how you can get better than instant. I mean, how could it be faster? That's the part I don't think can be improved on. Now the thoroughness, actually, Larry taught us then about the word thoroughness, the concept. I heard it, registered, of course, but to do it, that takes a lot of practice.
Nope, just keep going. All the way to the finish, that's the important thing. My daddy taught me you never say whoa in a horse race. You go all the way to the finish.
And you're going to get a start here, but believe me, this stuff really works. My experience with is like Larry's. It works every single time. It's kind of like a laser, maybe a psychological or psychotherapeutic laser. And it works every single time, but like an expert surgeon using the various laser devices, they work, but you must learn how to guide it and aim it and focus it. And that's and with your experience using it, you'll learn better and better ways of how to, and this is what Larry is mostly talking about, how the problem may be a complex of problems. So the problem presents itself at the top like a plant of some sort, but it may have 70 roots or 700. So do not give up on yourself. That is the key.
And if you start to give up on yourself, treat the heck out of that.
Go through the list of stoppers. So maybe you don't know how to muscle test somebody else. Maybe you don't know how to test yourself. Assume you got them all. How long does it take? We did 8 treatments and it took, about 8 seconds.
Yeah.
How can it get much better than that? And it'll just go faster. If you persist in this, like I did, I didn't do it the smoothest, best way, but if you just persist, it'll come.
And if you pay attention to what's happening, you start learning what's working and what doesn't work.
And how do your patients respond to it? I mean, it seems so out there to the person who hasn't done all this.
How do our patients respond to it? Yeah.
Beautifully.
Yeah.
Wonderfully.
Most everybody does with me, but I'm a smooth talker, One of the wonderful things about Be Set Free Fast is that it accomplishes 2 of the 3 vital things that have to be accomplished for any effective therapy. It eliminates the emotional content that is interrupting the person's life and throwing them off balance and so on, and keeping them in confusion and unable to process information well and so on. And it also eliminates the belief system, the thought processes that say this is how they're supposed to be automatically reacting in those situations. Then that we can do what we really like to do as counselors, is help the person. That third thing is how to live their life more effectively. Is to be free to have choice. You don't have to change the direction you're going, but if you're stopping having that choice, then you're not free, and you're going. It could be limiting you in some pretty significant ways. Besides the distress, all of the unresolved distress that's attached to that lack of freedom, to that problem area that's keeping you from being free.
Help them learn to manage life instead of just
coping with it, to eliminate the problem so you don't have to cope with it anymore, and then live their life better. Be Set Free Fast and the principles that are used there and the concepts that are used and the methods that are used meet all the criteria in the philosophy of science for what constitutes a scientific process or procedure or conceptualization. It's knowable is one of them. There's a body of information that you can learn and know and apply, and it's observable. You can see what's happening. You can observe it and measure it in various kinds of ways. It operates in a very orderly way so that it's then repeatable. That, in other words, anybody learning these principles and practicing them can learn to do it exactly this way and repeat and get the same kind of wonderful results that we get whenever we do Be Set Free Fast. However, some issues may require help from some people who have more practice using BSFF. And there are people like this now in over 35 countries in the world. I'm amazed at how many people can learn BSFF just with using the book and how effective it works on the phone, just by using what they already have, their subconscious mind.